Hi everyone, welcome to In the Kitchen with Courtney. I'm your host, Courtney Robertson, and today we are gonna make something that is so simple, everybody just buys it in the grocery store, but I don't know why, because you can make it at your house and make it in any flavor you want to. We are making whipped cream. Whipped cream from scratch is amazing. So let's get started. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, okay? Sometimes it just says whipping cream, that's fine too. I have powdered sugar. I like to use powdered sugar because it's so fine, okay, that it really mixes in with the whipping cream, much better. If all you have is sugar, just use sugar. I've used it many, many times because I've looked in the pantry and it didn't have any powdered sugar. It works just great. I usually use a ratio of like a tablespoon of powdered sugar to a cup of cream. I'm gonna put this into my mixing bowl over here, but first I wanna show you a trick. Because whenever I use a hand mixer and I mix whipping cream in the bowl, it gets everywhere, no matter how low the speed you start on. So I take a piece of saran wrap and then I put it over the bowl, okay? And it's like a shield, okay? And then I'll take my mixer and then you poke your blades through and put it in your mixer and then you start and you don't get messy. It's so amazing. Okay, so that's that little trick. Now, let's move on to our actual whipping cream. So I'm going to pour my whipping cream into my bowl. Here's a fun fact. Whipping cream does so much better when you have a cold bowl. So I put my bowl in the freezer ahead of time, okay? So when it came out, it's still really, really cold, okay? But if you forget, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. And then I'm going to start it and I'm gonna let it get going for a little bit. I'm gonna turn this on low. Now, I'm going to let this get a little bit of substance to it before I add my powdered sugar. If I was using regular sugar, granulated sugar, I would add it in the beginning so it has time to blend in and get smooth so it wouldn't be grainy. As I see the consistency getting a little bit thicker, a little bit thicker, a little bit thicker, that's when I start moving my mixer up faster and faster and faster. That way I don't get messy. Now, as I was watching this, I could tell it was starting to get some substance to it. I could see it kind of starting to leave some marks in the whipped cream. So now I'm going to add my powdered sugar. I said I started with about 2 cups of whipped cream. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, okay? I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it get almost to where it's done, so to where it has stiff peaks, but I'm gonna stop it just a little bit short and then I'm gonna taste it, see if it needs any more sweetness. Start it kind of slow or else you'll have powdered sugar all up in your face. Kind of like when you eat beignets. It's starting to get a little bit thicker. The whisk is starting to leave marks in the whipped cream. So I'm gonna shut it off and I'm gonna give it a little taste. I won't use this spoon again, but give it a little taste. Right. It's not sweet enough for me, but I like my whipped cream sweet. So I'm gonna get another spoon. I'm gonna add more powdered sugar. I'm gonna make this one kind of big. Okay. Now is also the time that you could add any of your spices you wanted to, cinnamon, nutmeg, a pumpkin pie seasoning spice, or you could add your extracts, you know, vanilla, almond, things like that. Or you could add a splash of liqueur, okay? I make a great dessert where it calls for a hazelnut liqueur in the whipped cream. Just don't serve that to kids. But it's a really good and it adds a nice flavor to the whipping cream. I guess you could substitute out like a hazelnut extract if you wanted to serve it to the kids that night. Oh, a little bit more. Okay, so let's try again. Again, start slow. Beautiful. Here's a little tidbit I want to give you though. You don't want to overmix too much. As soon as you see that it gets this, this beautiful texture where it's just pillows like clouds, you want to stop. Because if you keep going, then it's gonna get like a buttery kind of thickness on your tongue, and you don't want that, okay? It doesn't really taste any different, but it just kind of coats your tongue in a really, really odd way. So you want to stop as soon as you get this beautiful texture. I hope you enjoyed this episode of how to make fresh, delicious whipped cream at home. This is In the Kitchen with Courtney. I'll see you next time.
If you like my mom's videos, then please subscribe to her channel or press the like button.